I did an impromptu live on TikTok this morning because I had a dream and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna go on TikTok, see if somebody can help me interpret this dream because if I go any longer, I maybe don't forgot the doggone dream. So I said, let me get on real quick. I got on, I thought I was recording. I did record the video. I found out that the audio did not even record. So I'm kind of upset about that. So I got to fix that so that next time this won't happen. But this is what I talked about. I had a dream that I had a boyfriend and he and I was in a training or some type of class. And it was break time. So he and I went out of the classroom, and outside of the door were restaurants, people selling all kinds of stuff. And we were just looking at the stuff. Just looking at the restaurants, looking at what people had to sell. And this seemed like an old town. It had cobblestone roads. The buildings seemed like they had been there for years and years and hundreds of years. They were made out of stone. It's like a stone city. And I realized after we looking at stuff for a while, I said, oh, snap. We finna be late. We got to get back to class. So we get on back to class. And in my mind, as I'm looking at us walk back into the classroom, I realized we don't have much clothes on. It's like I got my private stuff covered up. He got his. And nobody's batting an eye that we hardly have any clothes on. And we come back to the class. Nobody says anything real. Everybody else is in class waiting. And we come in and it's like everybody else is just there with their backs up straight looking at the instructor. I can't remember if the instructor was still talking or not, or they were waiting on us, but it just seemed like everybody else was, I don't know, kind of robotic or kind of stiff. And I don't know what happened on that part because from my memory, I switched to me being with a friend. And me and this friend, she's hysterical, and I had to think because big old snakes was coming into the city. When I say big snakes, I mean bigger than anacondas. Anacondas are thick. These were thick and these were long snakes. They had huge heads probably about the size of my head all the way to my waist. Huge heads. They were coming into the city in herds. And what were they doing? They were eating people whole, knocking them down, just eating them. They weren't constricting. They were knocking you down and